Hello friends and welcome. In this video we're going to put together this butterfly card from this class by mail in March. In your kit you will have a piece of Pool Party cardstock. It is 8.5 by 5.5 and you're going to score or just fold in half, and again using your bone folder give that a nice crease. You also have a piece of designer series paper, a piece of shimmer white cardstock. Don't mind my stamping on the bottom. I thought maybe I could stamp on this cardstock, and one, I didn't do it straight, and two, I thought the ink color was just a little bit too light for my liking. So I'm going to fix that. So there's an error that I made in preparing this card, and I'm going to fix it by using another piece that I'm going to cover up. So you'll have a stamped image on the basic white cardstock, and I stamped that in Coastal Cabana ink. It works nicely with the Pool Party. And this stamp image comes from the Simply Succulent set. We're using actually three, in this class by mail, we're using 3 different word images from this set. So very pretty, and we're using this one in this card. You also have a piece of Pool Party cardstock to go behind that sentiment piece. You have one of the butterflies, this one from the designer series paper, and then I also die cut from some shimmer vellum. Actually, this is shimmer vellum. I die cut one of the detailed butterflies, and just a reminder, this is the Butterfly Brilliance bundle, and it comes with the stamp, and this is a one-piece stamp. If you know, it works nicely because it fits exactly the die for it. So the die for this stamp is a one-piece die, and it works perfectly with that stamp. If you really are not a fan of stamping all those butterflies at once, you can certainly cut these out, and then you'll just have to, you know, use the die as is. I don't know that those look like they're attached quite strongly, so it might be hard to go in and pinch those apart, but you could also run through just that whole die with, you know, one of the butterflies. But for my purposes, I'm going to keep it together because, you know, when it comes to butterflies, it's nice to have lots of them, right? So so that stamp set, that die, so that single stamp, that large die, and all of these other dies come in this set. So they're really, really fun. All of these detailed butterflies, we're using 2 different ones in this class by mail. So this one comes from this die, and then we're using the large one in one of the other cards. There's also these dies that actually cut out. This one just embosses, makes an impression. These 2 cut out part of your cardstock, so it's kind of cool to use some of those in the background of your cards. So that's that set. So let's get started and put this together. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal dry adhesive to attach this designer series paper, and if you prefer this for the background, go for it. I'm going to use the other side. That's what I love about the designer series paper too. It's double-sided and there's lots of coordination. So for this piece, I'm just trying to line up the borders, these 3 edges, to try and get an equal border as best I can without my head going totally in the camera. Just place that down like so. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this piece, and this one happens to be shimmer on one side and not on the other, so just have a look at that when you go to put it down and make sure you're getting the shimmer side upright, unless you don't like the shimmer. And then I'm going to place this, and again just trying to kind of match maybe this border with this over here. It really doesn't matter, but just whatever looks appealing to your eye. Place that down like so. Again, don't mind my stamping error there. I'm going to attach these 2 together. borders around that piece. And then what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put this here like this, just to have some interest. It could go either way. You know, you don't have the mistake to cover up on yours, so you really could put this anywhere, and you can pop it up or leave it flat, really just whatever looks good to your eye. I think I'm going to go, so I could go this way, but I think I'm going to go this way and just sort of have some more materials going off to the right. So I'm going to just cover that up, cover up my mistake, and there, just like that. And now the last piece is putting the 2 butterflies on, and I like to give my butterflies a little bit of movement. So you know, you want your wings to come up, and then I like them to curl over a little bit. And you can do this with, you know, a bone folder or a pencil or even just your thumb. Just be gentle. It is, I mean, it's a decent weight cardstock, but you definitely don't want to tear it. So that gives it a little bit of movement. And what you can do is, so now I'm going to go ahead and glue the center of the butterfly down. And if you want, you can put some dimensionals. So let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to use, let's see, I'm going to use my tear tape on the center part of this butterfly. I'm just going to do this. And if you tear a piece that's too long, this is what I do. Just go and put that down like that. Get this side down and lift up the tape. Well, just the backing actually. Just trying to lift up the backing. And then the piece that is too long, just fold it back on itself. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to add some dimensionals where I want the wing to pop up. And this just helps for like mailing and keeping that from just going completely flat. It's not required. It's just an extra. So that's what I'm going to do for this butterfly, and then take those backings off. And then get this centered on this piece. Oh, I got a little bit of that hanging down. Didn't get it quite folded back enough. There we go. And then see how those dimensionals will keep the wings of that butterfly popped up. And then for the vellum piece, I'm just going to put some adhesive on the center. It's pretty tiny, so you could use, actually I think glue dots will be best. I thought I was going to use some tear tape, but I think glue dots will be better for this. I'm just going to pull out my glue dots, and I'm going to try and get 2 on here. 1 on the top. I probably should have my glasses on right now so I can see what I'm doing. That one got a little further down in the body. Try and get this one up closer to his head. There. So I've got 2 glue dots on that guy. And then it's really up to you whether you want it centered or you want the head to match up. It's really up to you, whatever you like. And then just press that in, and then the wings will just be loose, which is kind of what you want anyway. And then for the final thing, we have a little opal round in your kit. So we're going to just pop that off and add it to the center of the body. Just going to add that right there, just for a little extra interest on that card. So there you go. I think a very pretty, soft and subtle butterfly card. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you.